From forever chemicals to a new Corvette, WJCT reporter Dan Scanlan is here with the latest gearhead headlines. Hi, Dan.
Hello, hello.
Good morning. Dan, you remember when we used to love the new car smell, and then we kind of learned that it's actually just like the product of plastics and solvents off-gassing in your car.
Yeah,
It's
well,
just sort of not the greatest.
the PFAS, the forever chemicals, that was used in waterproofing your vinyl seats and your fabrics and everything else, and obviously is being used deep into cars, especially the making of lithium-ion batteries
Well, let's
in
pause for a
EVs.
second. PFAS is like a chemical component of a lot of things in cars.
Yeah, fluorocarbons and stuff like that, and it's everywhere from manufacturing. The government has been pushing to drop those because they do cause cancer, and so those are being backed off. But here's the worst part. They're major need for use in electric vehicles, especially lithium-ion batteries. And there are some out there who say that if you start pushing to delete the PFAS chemicals from the batteries, we got to outsource the batteries to places, to countries that don't have the same environmental concerns that we do. So that could conceivably raise the prices and cause some issues because batteries are made in China. That's probably the world's biggest EV car maker and battery maker right now. U.S. struggling to start making them in-house.
What could it mean for the automotive industry? Given, I mean, it sounds like this EPA crackdown is a little bit on hold because some of the manufacturers won, a court victory. And so the implementation might be delayed a little bit. But how are automotive companies going to be preparing for this hit?
Well, now that the first buyers have bought those EVs, that has slowed down. So therefore, you actually have companies like Fisker that are going bankrupt and being delisted. You have issues right now. So what could it mean? A battery system is basically the floorboard of any EV vehicle. It's the majority of the weight, majority of the cost. If you have to outsource those batteries, then you've got to find somebody to do it properly, and the cost goes up. And that means delays. We saw what happened during COVID, the supply chain delays. Well, envision delays if you want that Fisker or that Lucid or that Tesla, and the battery isn't being made locally, or they can't get enough made locally.
Well, let's talk about some better automotive news. There's a company that is considering creating an autonomous EV plant and parts manufacturing here in Jacksonville. So this is like maybe been under wraps, this project. What is it called? Project Link that the city has been.
According to the Daily Record, our dear friend Karen Bruni Mathis, apparently Holon, which is spun off from the Bentler Automotive Group, says in a news release they want to start building electric vehicles, these autonomous vehicles in the U.S. They have not specified where. They have three sites that would be used. One would be Saudi Arabia, one would be Europe, and one would be the U.S. But obviously Project Link is trying to get that facility here. We have tried for years to get a major manufacturer here. Daimler was going to build their delivery van, the same vans that are bringing you all of your stuff, all of your mail order stuff these days from UPS, et cetera. So it would be a major, major hit. We've got Mercedes-Benz with a major facility. We've got Toyota Lexus here doing, and both of them do the stuff that you get in your car when you order it that is not done by the manufacturer. It is done as a dealer install. And that's a lot of business. We have railheads here. We have the airport. We have a major port. It would be a logical spot, but the last time we tried with that Daimler truck, it went to, I believe, Savannah.
Mm-hmm.
So,
I mean, the city seems prepared to offer some real money, though. There may be $7 million in incentives. The state could be offering as much as $8 million.
mm-hmm.
So that would seem to give Jacksonville some advantage in that.
It depends on what other port city can offer how much. I mean, remember, Atlanta's the film capital of the East Coast. Why? Because they have major league incentives. Florida can try all it wants, but if your state is offering the bigger pot of gold, you're going to go there. And if you have a better port system, I'm not saying nothing wrong about Jacksonville, but there are port facilities like Savannah, like Brunswick, like Charleston that can offer maybe something that we can't. Who knows?
Right. All right. So there is a new Corvette on the horizon. This sounds like it's going to be a beast. The 2025 ZR1. What's the deal?
Well, according to Chevy's leaked quick little video last week that basically said the unthinkable is coming this summer, all the pundits say it's going to be an 800 horsepower twin-turbo 5.5-liter V8 parked right behind the two seats, and the Corvette is really America's supercar. It is the equal of a Ferrari or a Lamborghini. I have driven the base cars. They are stunning. They're wonderful. 800 horsepower. I've driven some of the big Chrysler Mopar stuff. That's a lot of power, but I think the Corvette will put it down better. It means gas is not dead. There's still some fun out there, and this will be a lot cheaper than the European, Italian, German stuff. So more power to Chevy for this. And if it's the last gas, and don't forget there is a plug-in hybrid Corvette out there as well now. Maybe that's the future, but this will be the last. This will be the candle on the birthday cake.
You're saying affordable. It looks like it's going to start at $150,000. What kind of universe do you live in, Dan
Well,
Scanlan?
I went to the Caffeine and Octane over the weekend, and there was a $3 million Bugatti there. So if you consider 1,000 horsepower, $3 million, 800 horsepower for less than 200, I think for certain people they'd mortgage a house for that.
Just very briefly, there's a new car coming out with your name on it, your car's name on it, the Milano.
Alfa Romeo is bringing out an electric vehicle called the Milano, but the latest news is Italy says you can't name a vehicle after an Italian city unless it's built there, and the new Milano EV is being built in Romania. We shall see.
And you, of course, have a Milano.
I have an old Alfa Milano, gas-powered.
Well, Dan Scanlan, thank you so much for being here and catching us up on the latest gearhead news.